Political empowerment is a really interesting concept because it brings in politics, which we define as who gets what, when, and where, and empowerment, which suggests that there's a process by which people are reclaiming their rights and acting upon them. So political empowerment can take many different forms. Once people start to learn what those rights are, and they start acting on those rights, we see all kinds of activities that go on, all kinds of groupings of individuals. I think we see it every day. The fact that students come here for an education and they start by learning about those rights, they start about learning about the systems in which they live in, they start to exercise them more. And they exercise them through a variety of different ways. They can work through traditional institutions, or they can work as activists for specific causes. So we see that every day. I see those conversations occurring constantly. Political empowerment for women is really important because traditionally women have been kept outside of these discussions, usually viewed as, they live in a separate realm, the private realm, the household. So challenging that and opening a space for women to exercise their rights, know their rights, and act in the public sphere is really important. And we see that at Creighton as well. We are living in really interesting times, and we have all kinds of issues that I think people across the globe understand as being transnational in nature. So there's a lot that binds us, whether it's the climate crisis or whether it's human rights crises, which we see popping up across the world. We see groupings of people that transcend those boundaries. So today is a perfect example. We've got a worldwide climate strike going on, and we've got people here in Omaha, just as we have in Berlin, just as we have in Australia and in New York City, and all of them reclaiming what they see as an essential right, which is the right to a climate that will sustain us. Political empowerment is really important for women's empowerment generally. Women have the same rights as men. Human rights know no boundaries there. But political systems may not necessarily recognize that. We see that in examples across the world. So in some parts of the world, women don't have the right to an education. They don't have a right to exist in the public sphere, to have positions of power and authority to make decisions. And these things are large gaping holes that exist. So having political empowerment is really important because it empowers women to make decisions about their lives instead of having others make them for them.